Good evening, sim racing fans, and it is time for round 2 from virtual Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is the legendary Autódromo José Carlos Pace, better known as Interlagos, and tonight it plays host to the iRacing Israel League here, ILAKA Porsche Cup, powered by CONSPIT. We have two 20-minute sprint races here on deck with this newer release here, Porsche Cup car here within the iRacing universe. No driver aids, no traction control, and absolutely no safety net. Nowhere to hide here from Interlagos. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you are all doing well and ready for some sim racing action here tonight. Before we get live to virtual trackside action, here's the point standing coming into tonight. It's Odie Goldberg-Schell who's leading us in the points after round 1, but he's going to have to start here at the rear of race 1 with a penalty from last race. Michael Scherling, Rodem Lev, Rodem Katz, Yoshi Gabai, or Brum, Mark Zubarev, Omri Levy, Idan Deliski, and how about Jor Last up there rounding out the top 10 in the point standings. Amir Atun, Zevalad Zev, Osipov, P12, Ezra Raphael, Gabriel Fuchs, Liron Schechter, Maus Bracha, Ido Balstan, Idan Frankel, Idan Eliyahu, and Minnie Land rounding out the top 20 in the point standings. Beautiful day for racing here from virtual Brazil. Hopefully, let me know who you're rooting on down there live in YouTube land. This is going to be a great day for racing. Well, two races with that two 20-minute sprint top 10 inversion after that first race to round out to bring up the feature race, excuse me. Taking a look at the starting grid, we got to do it quick with the standing starts here tonight. It's Odie Goldberg-Schell who puts it up on the pole. Amir Atun, P2. Rodem Lev, Yossi Gabai, nice qualifying effort there. Yossi will start P4. Mark Zubarev, Idan Eliyahu, Rodem Katz, Iran Delitsky, Tal Stern. Tal Stern's racing with us tonight, so let's hear it for him down in YouTube chat. Ron Tassoni, he starts P10, rounding out that outside row of the 5th row. Liron Schechter, we know how fast here he is within some Porsche Cup car action. Liron's going to start there P11, Dror last P12. Idan Frankel, Ido Balstan, Ezra Raphael, Zesalad Zev, Osipov there 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Maus Bracha, Omri Levy, Amnon Sohari, Gabriel Fuchs, excuse me, I'm still getting it, Minnie Land, and Matan Schuster, rounding out our 22, count them, 22 driver grid. Just waiting on a couple of other drivers to grid up here, and this is a 15-turn, 4-kilometer track. I'm sure lots of you have seen this here on TV, watching your favorite F1 drivers bring it out and around here. South America racing action sitting at an altitude of 782 meters above sea level. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight, as well as our sponsors and affiliates for the league, and especially our league sponsor, CONSPIT. Appreciate that. ILAKA Esports, as well as the iRacing Israel League for bringing me on aboard for another season of sim racing action here, where we are stacked and racked and ready to go here from virtual Brazil. Amir Atun, keep your eye on that baby blue Porsche Cup car. He'll start on row number 1 on the outside row with his second place qualifying effort. No Odie Goldberg-Schell here with that pit start penalty. Here we go. We are 5 lights down and we are out and away we go. How about Rodem Lev? They're kind of slower on that race starts here comparing to, excuse me, Rodem Lev was a little bit faster on that race start. They're comparing to that baby blue machine of Amir Atun. We're going to look side by side going into turn 1. It'll be side by side through the pack, maybe even a little 3 wide up here. Ron Sassoni, Tal Stern, Jor Last trying to make their way through it. The 404 gets spun. Rodem Lev from one of the first 2 positions. He goes around now. The 55 of Jor Last is spinning as well. Contact in the back of the pack. No, no, no. What a challenging race starts here as Amir Atun is already back to running P2. And look at who it is. It only took 1 to 2 turns to happen. Odie Goldberg-Schell up into the race lead already. Here he comes up and through turns 4 and 5, trying to keep these tires, trying to get these work some temps, work some pressures in as well, as you got to be careful. Remember, no traction control, no ABS that these drivers are working with here tonight. I say tonight, it's throughout the whole season within these newer updated iRacing Porsche Cup cars. We're going to see drivers beat and bang and go at it throughout the pack. There's going to be some more nice side-by-side action. Mark Zubarev, he's going to try to find that inside line. He gets a little loose running that paint that normally has a little bit more grip. He's still opting to find a little bit more grip in that 030 Porsche Cup car machine. Ron Sassoni, we know how much pace he has. He's running in the 2-0 this season, running right there behind him, and that's P8 overall. Tal Stern, one of our league owners, so much that goes on there behind the scenes with Tal. Appreciate Tal coming out here tonight and ripping around Interlagos. He's got a little bit of damage to that rear end. Look back up here at these battles between, how about P5, P6, and even P7. Idan Delitsky and Mark Zubarev still going at it. No, Mark deep into turn one. He's going to have to regroup, rearm, completely compromises the line there. Going to lose one, count of 2 whole seconds, it looks like, up there on timing and scorings. Here comes Tal Stern. He's going to get a nice run. Let's hop on board with the league owner here. Tal, he's going to look down the inside, try to size it up there. Nope, doesn't think, or he thinks better of it, excuse me. Tries to open up, back up the corner, and I think that's all Tal was doing there, trying to get Mark Zubarev to look in his rearview mirror. Mark does just that, and there goes Tal Stern up to P8. 1 spot gain since the drop of the green flag for Tal. Audi Goldberg, Shell, and Amir Atoun, Yossi Gabe still going at it here, first, second, third. How about Yossi here tonight? The lime green machine. He's had some pace in practice, was top 3 to 4. I do believe. He's running top 3 in the race here. This is going to be a nice point stay if he's able to keep this thing underneath of him, and as well as, hey, he's in the meat of the sandwich right here between Amir Atoun and Rodham Katz. Don't look now, but hey, keep your eye on that number 17 machine. Rodham Katz is our biggest mover, actually, excuse me, our second biggest mover since the drop of the green flag, gaining 3 spots since the start in that 646. He's kind of running that kind of Aston Martin colored Porsche Cup car here tonight as he makes his way around turns 14, and then there's 15 that time by. Those drivers getting so close to that pit entrance wall there on corner exit, but it's what you have to do to try and keep these battles as close as we've seen them. Speaking of some more close battles, it'll be door-to-door racing once again in turn 1. Rodham Lev, Mark Zubarev going side by side, but look at all the room left between them. Rodham Lev gets the spot. He's moved all the way back up to 9th. Tal Stern is right up in this battle as well. Liran Schechter, Ido Balstan. There's also still, look at Zevalov, Zev, Osipov, Omri Levy, even Matau Schuster, excuse me, still going at it here. 14th, 15th, 16th battles all over the racetrack. What do you watch? There's too much to watch. Oh man, that's going to be a nice move there for the inside of Idan Frenkel in that kind of light pink number 10 machine. He made that pass look relatively easy there for Zev Osipov there. And here comes Omri Levy to try and make that outside line happen. Whoa, no, it was the inside. He goes a little bit too deep. Puts the Post-it lamp on it, sends it through the mail. He goes deep, but tries to open up and keep that corner speed exit moving. Omri's going to lose a spot there, back to Zefalov, and then we're going to have Ezra Raphael, Matan Schuster, Maus Braca still going at it here. What, 3 laps down to this first 20-minute heat? If you're just now joining us, this is Sean Stam live here on ILAKA Esports as well as Stam Studio Network YouTube. Here is a look at the race start and really the first sort of incident. It was nice racing action up until the 404 gets turned. That was for the battle for the race lead. Here comes Jor Last trying to make it past. He goes in the grass and there's no grip out there. Goodness, the 78 with some hard contact for Emnon Sahari there. And take another look up here, out up front. Rodham Lev only ends up dropping to shown P9th out here on track. I'll try and rewind here this one once more here for us, and we can start to see where the contact does ensue. Rodham Lev goes way deep through the corner. He tries to get it back up there on the racing line. Right side tires touching the grass. That's something that iRacers are, we tend to do here pretty well. Amir Atoun's going to get into that left rear quarter panel, going to spin out Rodham Lev. Rodham with a bank, and a boot, and he keeps it moving and grooving. And let's hop on here, board, because this is going to be a really fun camera shot for well, unless you're Amnot or any family member or friend of him here. This is how fast things happen in Porsche Cup car action. Look, you see the incident already up here. Where do I go? Where do I go? I'm going to try to make the middle work. Nope, too late. Bink. Bank and boonk. Back up here to this battle for the race lead, or lack of it. It's a 1 second gap separating Odie Goldberg-Schell all the way. How about it? He had that start pit race penalty, Odie Goldberg-Schell. So did Mini Land, as well as Adon Frankel. Checking in on, let's see. Adon Frankel is running P12 right now, so he's 1 spot gains from where he started this race, and that is running in that very important top 10 position. Remember here, if you're newer to ILAKA Esports Racing here on the iRacing Israel League live on SSN and ILAKA YouTube, well, we do have that top 10 inversion, and it's now showing Adon Frankel running P12, so I think I mixed up the car number there. But it's a nice run here, nice start to the race here for him, and if he is able to close that about a second and a half, well, that's going to be Ito Baustan, who's going to have to work on closing about that 1.6, 1.7 second gap up there if he wants to try and contend with Leron Schechter up there for battle for P10, which will be pole position in our feature race coming up here just about 13, 14 minutes time right after this one. It's going to be a fun shot here. We got Ezra Raphael running the live driver camera on the left side of the screen and virtual driver camera on the right side of the screen. Ezra, he's been going at it here. Watch the hands that have been going to work. Micro adjustments on the steering wheel, but also listen in here for Ezra. It's smooth on the throttle application. You best believe it's smooth on the brake as well. Super fun to compare and contrast those live versus virtual racing shots. Speaking of compare and contrast, let's compare and contrast some racing lines going here down in turn 1. Adon Dalitsky, Mark Zubrev, Rodom Lev. How about 7th, 8th, and 9th, only separated by 2, count them, 2/10 of a second. Zubrev in the meet at the sandwich right now. That 0.30, we continue to see him have top 10 pace, but it's just when is he going to get it done? You never know, especially with this top 10 inversion going to help him on the race start for the feature race. Mark Zubrev is going to slot it down the inside, tries to make the pass happen. Contacts there. It's going to see into, I believe that was the blue machine of, oh goodness, where is he? That's going to be Adon, oh man, Adon Dalitsky who gets contact there after really, man, he was trying to run the outside line. I think Mark just maybe a centimeter or two a little bit deep into the corner there. Here's a look at this race replay. And it was a nice late move. It was almost set up to be a textbook pass, but yet, like I mentioned, there maybe just a centimeter or two too deep into the braking zone. Contact that sent Adon Dalitsky right back out and around. We'll take another camera angle here this time by if I can. Yeah, here we go. Here's going to be, I think, the best shot of it here. And we'll slow it down to, yeah, just I think the 21 of Adon starts turning in there. Could have maybe, well, you can't wait on the turn in because you'll miss the turn in apex. Really nothing that he could have done there, but he'll keep that in mind, and he's going to be back here racing for that top 10 position, which would warrant pole position here. Top 10 is right now separated by 4.5 between Ito Baustan and Adon Dalitsky. Speaking of Dalitsky, here's a quick incident with him here. This was a lap or two ago. Now that we have just a quick brief moment to show some replays. Oh, that is not Dalitsky. Here's going to be, oh goodness, yep, that was Dalitsky who just gone off there, so the incident that we just watched. Also, Tal Stern, one of the drivers who had a really nice start of the race here, start to the showing of the race. I think this is right before this incident here. Tal, I think it's going to be a single spin there, but remember, he's got that cosmetic damage on the rear. That could definitely warrant some downforce kind of loss there for him, as these aerodynamic sensitive Porsche Cup cars are. Tal Stern just goes for a slight slip and slide there, but going to lose, I mean, tons of positions. And last race replay before we get back to live racing action. Dror Last goes, oh man, he's got some heavy left front damage there. What happened for Dror Last? Oh, we actually have, oh man, we still have 1, 2, 3 count 'em replays here. Dror's still shown, that's late to it there, but definitely hard contact with probably an outside tire barrier there. And one more race replay here, I promise, and then we'll get back live to racing action. This was about lap 2 of the race when Ezra Raphael, they're going up and into the turns. The turn up there in front of him, or excuse me, a spin up there in front of him, and just nothing that the 86 could have done there. Cody Goldberg shelf all the way with a pit start penalty for this race, or starting in last, excuse me, to this race. He's already worked himself up and in the first position. We'll have to, well, I'm gonna bring up that race replay too here in just a few moments of time after this battle for P2 starts to boil down here, because that was an amazing race start here for the number 12. He put it up on pole, had to start at the rear of the pack, and already, what was that, throughout the first couple of turns, unless I'm missing something there, I mean, he got it done and got it done cleanly. At least nothing that else he was involved with there. Let's hop on board here, Yossi Gabai. Let's see how he closes this gap here to Amir Atun. It looks like Yossi Gabai, he's more aggressive there into the corner entrances, but there about mid-corner apex as well as corner exit, Yossi Gabai starts to lose that little bit of ground that he makes up here. It's a game of inches, game of centimeters for between these top 2 running positions. Exactly what I mentioned there. Yossi Gabai with that little bit of a earlier corner entrance, and that really helped him kind of to cut down that corner, well, it increased the corner speed, excuse me, but it's helped cut down the racing line, but maybe cut down just a little bit too much, as you saw Amir Atun start to pull away, right back away as well. Look at the same camera shot though. Rodham Katz, Idan Eliyahu, Ran Tassoni. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th on your screen right here. I mean, anybody is still up here in the battle for the, I think P2, P3, and P4. If there is a little bit more argy-bargy, if there is a quagmire that starts to form up here, Giggity, there will definitely be another chance to get up here some nice stage points here before our feature race. More of some side-by-side action, as well as some more damage to that left front of the, well, really the left front splitter of Rodham Lev there, but he's continuing to run this thing like he's running a hard but aggressive but clean. This is exactly why you've tuned into ILAKA Esports Racing here, IIL Racing, because it's clean, it's ethical, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch, and these drivers put on a show for the race fans week in and week out, no matter what car, no matter what track. Hey, we switch up the cars just about every season as well, and it's fun to kind of watch the drivers take about those changes as well. You'll see some drivers with a little bit more speed and open wheel racing. You'll see some drivers with a little bit more less with less driver saving capabilities with them, like the TC and the ABS that we do see in these Porsche Cup cars. You'll see some drivers that are a little bit more comfortable without having those driver aids. That's the word I was looking for. It finally came up to me there. It's fun to watch these drivers continue to put it out here with only about 6 minutes left to go in this first heat race. Top 10 inversion is on our hands, and that's why you see so close of racing here. Mark Zubrev, Rodham Lev, Liron Schechter is also still with them, running that outside. He goes a little bit loose. Rodham Lev's going to take away P8 that lap by. 5.5 minutes to go this time. Mark Zubrev is still going to run the outside going into turn 1. Let's see who gives way, who's deeper on the brakes. It'll be side by side. I think the runs are even. Zubrev back to the inside line. Oh no, the Porsche gets upset as he runs over the 3D rendered rumble strips. Zubrev loses 1, back to 2 positions. Mark will drop back to P9. Liron Schechter, nice move up there. Still going to run the inside here. He's running P8 for the time being. Here comes Mark Zubrev right back. He's trying to look to take that back position. That's actually really well done there for Liron Schechter to keep it held back into the inside. Textbook defensive driving there for Liron. Back up here, that the battle that continues to rage on since the drop of the green flag. It's Amir Atun and Yossi Gabai. Man, Yossi, he's been looking for one of these races here where he's got these top 3 finishes. He continues to run within top 3, top 5, top 10. but it's within these last closing laps that, and most times, often than not, it's not even his fault. Something happens there. Well, he'll drop 1 to 2 to 3 positions. Well, not tonight here. Yassi, he's going to keep this thing moving and grooving. Foot on the throttle here as we'll make our way through turns 15. Let's hop on board with him again as you'll see him close that gap as we continue to close the gap on the checkered flag for this first heat. Man, he closed it all right, and he actually passed Amir Atoon going back into turn 2, but with the longer way around the racetrack, but sets itself back up and into the inside line with a little bit of a wash up on the outside. Yassi Kabai, nice one there. He's going to put that pass there on Amir Atoon, but this battle, I don't think is over here just yet, ladies and gents. Still separated by a little bit over 1/10 of a second. Porsche Cups going at it here from Interlagos. Look at the inside, take it back, right back to him. The crossover move for Amir Atoon. Does he have the run off speed? It's now set up back and onto the outside line. Amir Atoon's going to lose that P2 back for the time being. It's another nice battle here between Ron Sassoni, who's worked his way all the way back up to P5. He just made the pass happen there on Edian Eliyahu. Liran Schechter, Mark Zubrev going at it here, still that 8th and 9th position. With only 3 more minutes left, that's going to warrant about 2 to 3 laps to go, depending on when the leader gets to that start-finish line. Odie Goldberg-Schell continues to hound him tonight, putting B2A on the field. Ron Schechter's going to try and get it back here out of turns 14, 15. Ooh, look at the defense, but it's not good enough. Liran Schechter, here comes Mark Zubrev. Knock, 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 and is anybody home? Liran Schechter leaves the door wide open to try and get it right back there on exit of turns 2 and 3. Not able to make it happen for that Porsche Cup car. It's I think, the safe, and it's the smart move. Oh, he's going to get an off-track penalty there, trying to carry that speed out there on corner exit. Goes off of the asphalt. Hey, still, battles for 8th, 9th, and 10th. Remember, they'll start 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for this feature race. Schechter, I think he knows what's coming. He's going to keep his head down as well as that foot down, try and drop a gear and disappear and try and get right back to Mark Zubrev's rear bumper. Odie Goldberg-Schell with a 9-second gap over Yassi Kabai. My goodness, Odie's got these cars figured out. I mean, with the 4,300 road course ironing, you would definitely think so. That Rexy machine, he's smiling. He might have to start adding some gold teeth to that every win. Odie Goldberg-Schell, he's coming up here what should be 2 laps to go. We'll see if Barney the Flagman waves this white flag loud and proud this time by. Yeah, Barney the Flagman, there you see on the top right of your screen, he is going to wave that white flag loud and proud. It'll be the last time by this 15-turn, 4-kilometer circuit for Odie Goldberg-Schell. He just has to make it out, down, and around. He could coast to the start-finish line here, as much pace as he's had here tonight. Starting all the way from last place, back up and into the front. How about him? It was fun to watch. Yassi Kabai as well, trying to battle it out there. He did battle it out, got that P2 position right back up, and I would say solidify it here just yet. We got to start. We got to cross the start-finish line just one more time. Amir Atoon, he falls back here to P3. 1 spot lost here from where he started. Rodham cats up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. Meow! Rodham has had a nice drop of the green, nice start of the race. And as well, keep your eye on Rodham here in the feature. Ron Sassoni up 5 positions right now. That's tied with the biggest mover since the drop of the green flag. Ron Sassoni sits P5 right now. And that number 20 orange, baby blue, and a little bit darker blue machine. That'll also be a fun driver to watch on this upcoming race start. Odie Goldberg-Schell, how about him? Let's hear it for him down there live at YouTube Land, coming out of turn 14 and 15 for the final time tonight. Man, what a race it was for the number 12. He came in here with the points lead. I think he's going to, he might even double down here today. It's going to be a fun feature. See if Odie Goldberg-Schell can get this puppy done. Congratulations, Odie Goldberg-Schell. He's going to win the first heat race here tonight from Interlagos. Here comes Yassi Gabai out and around turn 14. There's 15 right there by Yassi Gabai. He'll take P2 in our first heat. He'll start P9 on the feature. Amir Atun. It'll be Rodham Katz, Ron Sassoni. That's our first through fifth. Rodham Lev, Mark Zubrev, Liron Schechter, Idan Yahoo, Idan Delitsky, and Ron Frankel. Miles Braca, who is also tied with the biggest positions gained here on the track tonight with Ron Sassoni. Miles Braca, he'll finish out P12. Ezra Raphael, Omri Levy, Zeslad Zev Osipov, that's 13th, 14th, 15th. Gabriel Fuchs, Tal Stern, Amnon Sahari, Matan Schuster, Jor Last, Ido Balstand, and Minnie Land. That's just going to round out our top 22 positions for our first heat. Oh, damn, man. Amnon Sahari and Matan Schuster look like still going at it there as they still have to make their way all the way back and around turns 13, 14, 15 for the final time. Almost contact. There may have been a little bit of shove there out of that front nose and rear bumper between these two drivers going at it for 18th, 19 on the track. They'll give it to Amnon Sahari there for B18. Alrighty, stick with us, fans. We'll bring you this feature racing here in just a couple of seconds' time. No need to switch broadcast or anything. This will be right back here on the same video. And that's just a precursor here, what's about to pop up here. Here's a look at our starting grid after the top 10 inversion. Idan Delitsky, he'll start up on the pole for our feature race. This is going to be good here, folks. Idan Eliyahu, Liron Schechter, Mark Zubrev out of Rafa Media, Rodham Lev, Ron Sassoni, Rodham Katz, Amir Atun, Yassi Gabai, Udi Goldberg Show. That's where he'll start. It's B10. Idan Frankel, Miles Braca. That's B11 and B12. Ezra Raphael, Omri Levy, Zeslad Zev Osipov, Gabriel Fuchs, Tal Stern, Amnon Sahari, Matan Schuster, Jor Last, Ido Balstand, and the one, the only, it's Minnie Land. He'll start B22. Well, no race starting penalties this time by. It's all these drivers who are about to throw it down for some point standings and this feature race win. Also, top 3 drivers invited to the virtual top 3 driver interview here right after the race. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get up, stand up for your life, and don't you ever give up the fight, because we are 5 red lights. Now they're out, and now we're green flag racing here at Interlagos. Feature race here, race 2 of the ILAKA Esports iRacing Israel League, powered by CONSPIT, is green. Nice start to the race. No contact here between the first and front running drivers, and we'll continue to snake it down here throughout the pack as we'll make it down through turns 1, 2, and 3. Now through turns 4 and 5. It's a nice race start there for Idan Delitsky. He's got Idan Eliyahu right up there with him. Mark Zubrev is still running P3. What a start here. It's clean, it's green, it's cordial as well. Here comes Ron Schechter. Oh, Ron Sassoni's going to try and make the outside line work, but he's going to end up losing that speed, losing the momentum. Here comes the 404 of Rodham Lev. Rodham Lev's going to have the preferred racing line, at least on the outside. Ron Sassoni, he has the little pennant down there on the inside. He's going to at least make his ticket here for the time being. Don't look now, but it's already Udi Goldberg Show, already up to P6, flirting with P5. No, there's no contact there. He keeps it running the outside line. Excellent, immaculate start to the race. There was one driver up there a little bit further back in the pack who could turn into a lawnmower. We'll keep it out here at the front for the time being. It's still battling for the race lead. Idan going at it for P1, P2. Let's take a look at the driver rear view camera here that Delitsky has right there. This is what he sees. This has to be hounding you, both physically and mentally. You see this right here in your camera. Are you trying to play a little bit more defensive line, or is it too early for it? We'll see who has the deeper braking zone here going to turn 1 and 2. It's Delitsky who's going to play the defense. Eliyahu's going to play the offense there. Nope, doesn't make anything happen there. Just trying to open up the corner and set up here turns 2 and 3 as he gets a little bit loose, loses a little bit more time. Mark Zubrev still sitting P3. That's 1 spot gain on the drop of the green flag. Leron Schechter, nice start to the race for him as well. Continues to sit P4, but he has company. It's going to be Mark Zubrev, that 030 teal Porsche Cup car machine. Nice move down the inside. He's going to wash up there in corner exit. Very well executed. Ranchisoni's going to try and follow suit here as well. Ranchisoni driver on the right side of the left of your screen, and the real-life driver cams here. He's trying to hold off that orange-charging Odie Goldberg shell, our points leader coming into the race. What a catch there! Ranchisoni with some nice evasive action there. He's put his hands, he jolted the wheel the complete opposite way because that Porsche Cup car started to slide almost into the rear end of Leron Schechter. He keeps it moving, he keeps it grooving. Ranchisoni still trying to hold both of these fast drivers off. How about it? That number 20 is on rails here tonight from Interlagos. Nice rod driving there, Ron. Keep it up, keep it up. It's still Delitsky who's keeping it up here, out up front with the race lead. It's only about a half of a second that separate the two. And I know it's a little bit earlier for it, but if we take a look at the last lap history between the two, even on lap 3 of the race, we're going to start to see the braking differentials. We're going to start to see the lines really start to play a factor in here. Even you can see lap 1, lap 2. It's a little bit slower there for Eliyahu as he tries to close the gap and tries to get back up to that race leader. Odie Goldberg shell, he's trying to look side by side coming out of turn 3. He will look a little door to door there coming towards the isn't so straight, and it's a short one as well. Odie Goldberg shell, Ranchisoni going at it here. This is what we've come to expect of this ILAKA Esports IIL Series racing. It's clean, it's immaculate, and you got that racecraft in there as well. Yeah, Ranchisoni kind of gives a little bit of a point by there as he tries to look back and around the outside, tries to take it not right there for him. Rodem Lev has his popcorn bucket out right now as he has this really nice battle up here for 5th and 6th right up here in front of his windscreen. Ranchisoni tries to set up another little bit of a crossover there. Not quite able to make that one happen either. Battles here right behind him. Also Yassi Gabay, Amir Atun. Remember, they both had that first really good first heat race before we inverted the field and feature race action now. Yassi and Amir Atun still sitting about P8, P9, and that's very not, if you start to tally up the points that they're going to make from our first race as well as this second race, if they're able to keep these positions running up here. It's still early up on in the season. You never know what might happen. As we saw last season, it was a game of, well, maybe even a few points separating a couple of drivers coming towards that, the white checkered flag on the championship run. These drivers still keeping at it, like I love to say, putting on a show for each and every single one of you down there live in YouTube land. I appreciate the drivers coming out tonight. Appreciate every single one of you watching live here on SSN and ILAKA YouTube, as well as the sponsors and affiliates, our main sponsors, well, CONSPIT, who allows these drivers to be here tonight. Look at Odie Goldberg shell. He's already worked his way back up to P4 if he's able to make this pass happen. Not really running Leron Schechter off the track, but just opens up the exit just enough to where Leron's got to open up his wheel and allow him to get right back on that asphalt. Odie Goldberg shell, he could be looking for the Interlagos sweep tonight as he's already up to P4. Only 5, count it, 6 minutes down of the race. Idan Delitsky and Eliyahu continue to go at it, but here comes Mark Zubrev. He's going to try to make the outside line happen. That's going to be the way tougher line, but at least it sets it back up to the inside line this time by Zubrev in the 030. It's the double right-hander. Does he have what's able to take to bring it up here to Odie Goldberg shell? We're rewriting the iRacing history books here tonight. Mark Zubrev, he does make it happen. He's able to stick around the outside line. No contact here between the two. Odie Goldberg shell, he finally works his way back up the hill, muscles his way back around to P3. No contact given there. He's going to bring Leron Schechter right there with him. Zubrev loses 2 positions in 2 corners. Ranchisoni, don't look now. That's the orange and baby blue machine already back up to P6. Rodem Lev, Yassi Gabay, Amir Atun still sitting 7th, 8th, and 9th. Whoa, Mark Zubrev deep into turn 1. He's going to end up spinning Leron Schechter. Who else is involved there? I believe it's Rodem. No, that's going to be the 404, excuse me. Rodem Lev involved. I had 2 chances at a Rodem. It was the wrong one. Katz keeps it moving and grooving through there. But Lev loses 1 to 2 positions. And I promise we will get here back to some race replays, but there's the racing all over the track right now. It's a little bit too good to miss. Speaking of too good to miss, Delitsky, Eliahu now separated by 0.2 of a second, battling still for the race lead as they try to run away. I wouldn't doubt if we maybe start to see maybe teamwork here between the two. Delitsky and Eliahu just try and find some way to try and run away from Goldberg Schall, who has more than double their I rating here. It was just a matter of time. Odi Goldberg Schall is knocking, breathing all over that rear bumper here. Tries to set up the crossover, almost contact between the two for P2. Almost halfway down out of our feature race where the most points are on the table. Look at Odi Goldberg Schall had a nice corner exit there. He's going to find it there out of turn 14. Here we go through turn 15 and to the inside. It'll be door-to-door racing into turn 1. But look, there's probably 3 to 4 car widths left there between them. They're trying to opt to not side draft one another coming down the front straightaway. Odi Goldberg Schall up to P2. Or is he? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought there was shades of Mark Zubrev going in there in turn 1. Eliahu slams on the brakes, get that thing woefully and luckily slowed down there going into turn 1. Here we'll look at that recent incident there with Frankel. This is right before, or excuse me, right after Mark Zubrev's incident. It looks like this was going to be a little, a bit of a self-spin there. Once again, those 3D rendered rumble strips taking some drivers out here tonight by surprise. And then here's the incident that we just saw. Zubrev, you can't blame him here. Just trying to get it back. Turn 1, such a nice passing opportunity. Both is it off? Well, it's off camber and downhill. It's a tough passing opportunity. Just tries to make it stick there. Doesn't quite have the grip to do so. Whoa, look at Ron Sassoni make his way through it. Holy moly, have you ever? Because I have maybe once or twice. I don't think thrice, though. Look at Ron's. We're going to hop on board here with him. He sees this all up here, right this up in front of him. He has this huge suck pause. He has this huge slipstream and draft going up and down here into turn 1. I think he kind of sees this coming here. He's going to, yeah, there you see Zubrev just slide up in there in the right quarter panel. Cat-like reflexes for Ron Sassoni here tonight. Well, every night, but it's on display here tonight. It'll be 9.5 minutes down, 10.5 minutes left to go. Delitsky trying to hold off our season points leader coming into the race here tonight, and that's going to be that Rexy lime green machine. Outside line to the race lead. Odi Goldberg Schall, he's flirting with going back to back. He's flirting with putting 2 race wins down on here tonight. This is going to be a hard driver to catch now that he's up here at the front of the pack. Delitsky, Eliahu still are going to go at it here side by side. Well, about to be side by side as there comes Eliahu a little bit deeper into the braking zone, excuse me, there. He's able to find that speed, drop a gear, disappear. Oh, one's a little bit wide. No contact between the two. It will still be door-to-door racing. Oh, goodness. Delitsky's a little too deep, a little off the line right there. He's actually... I don't know how he made it stick in that number 21, but with these drivers, they're going side by side. They have that quagmire going on up here. Look at Ron Sassoni. He's just licking his chops right now. He has seen this battle going on lap after lap after lap. He has been going to school, studying their racing lines. He knows where he could possibly make a pass happen deep into the braking zone there. Oh, I thought he would try to set up the left-hand corner there. Well, although it's off canter, back down the hill we go. Thought we'd see it made there for Sassoni. I think that's why Ron's sitting at 4,200 I rating and I'm sitting at what 1,600 road course I rating. It will be the man that we're talking about here. He's going to try to look at the inside of turns 14, 15 this time by. Watch the hands here this time. Watch the focus. I don't think we're going to see a blink here on Sassoni as he made the pass look a little bit easy, but he's going to have to play some defense here. Look, he knows that he is now side by side. He's getting that iRacing spotter call. He knows he has to leave the room, right back around. He's running that more rubber portion of the racetrack right there. I mean, we're already almost an hour into racing here from Interlagos tonight. That racing line really starting to get rubbered up, but still has enough grip there for Ron Sassoni to make the move. He's not even going to have to play the defense there. Has him clear there into the corner. Runs a little bit wide. Ron Sassoni is kicking himself there. Eliyahu back up to P3. He goes. Here comes Yossi Gabai, going to join him right there with him. What a race here tonight for Gabai in the lime green 17. He's going to start to stalk and creep. Breathe down the neck of Ron Sassoni. What a race it's been here tonight. If he keeps this moving and grooving, this is going to be a season we're talking about in the books for Yossi. Oh man, he's struggling for a little bit of grip there. That Porsche got tight on corner exits. Amir Atun starts to join the battle. Let's talk about battles. Ido Baustan, Ezra Raphael. This will be side by side. Nice pass of that Rafa Media number 86 Porsche Cup car. He's worked his way back up to P10. Excuse me, P11. Jump back up there between that Idan Eliyahu and Ron Sassoni battle. Only 7 minutes left to go in the race. If my math is mathing, that should be about 6 to 7 laps to go. There you go. Ron Sassoni. Oh, this might get good. Here comes Yossi Gabai. He's going to use that momentum that he's gained there with that slipstream and draft. Here we go, heading into turn 1. Oh, Yossi Gabai deep onto the brakes there, and probably the right move, because if he was any deeper, it would have been shades again of the Wii bowling strike screen. This is getting good coming within these closing laps. Still snaking our way a little bit more single file this time by it. Still Odi Goldberg-Shell not missing anything out up front of that number 12 machine. All the way here from P10 in our feature race tonight. If he's able to keep this moving, grooving, he can drive at 50% at this rate and continue to get this done. It's not endurance racing, it's sprint racing tonight, but that same sort of, that's probably the only sort of same factor that applies. I do bring that up here because any of you that are going to compete in the Daytona 24-hour iRacing event here coming up this weekend, I wish you the best of luck. I know I will be, and that will be live streamed on Stam Studio Network live on YouTube if you're looking to see how a little bit more the Americans doing there behind the wheel, if you will. Old NASCAR. I think the whole team's pretty much just NASCAR drivers, so that'll be fun. LMP2 racing. We're back here to Porsche Cup car racing here tonight. No TC, no ABS, a lot less downforce as well compared to prototype and LMP2 racing. But that's where you start to see these drivers' skills be. They allow these drivers' skills to be fully on display. You don't have those driver aids to help you out if you get a little bit too deep in the braking zone. All that you can do, if you start to lock up that wheel, all you can do is get off of the brake pedal. As counterintuitive as it may sound, you have to get those wheels back to rolling and back to actually slowing this hunk of, 3,000 pounds of metal down here. Still looking at the best battle that we have on track. It's 0.2 of a second separating P3 and P4. Eliyahu and Sassoni still continue to go at it, as well as Sassoni could very well be. Oh no, he's a little too deep in the braking zone there. Ends up spinning out Eliyahu. That's exactly what I was just mentioning. It's so self-inviting. It's so easy to get into one of these braking zones just a little bit too deep. And the second that you do, there is nothing that you can do. Fully on display there. We know how much racecraft speed, all of the above that both of these two have. Sassoni just tries to make the inside line, or maybe was that Eliyahu trying to go for a late block there? We'll have to take another camera angle at it. Here's going to be, I think, the best one at it, our SSN drone camera shot going into the corner here. Look at how far back Ron was. Oh man, you have to get as close as you can to that front right front right quarter panel and left rear quarter panel there for Ron Sassoni and Eliyahu to make side by side their work. Not sure Idan maybe saw it coming. We'll get back up here to that P3 P4 battle now. No longer Eliyahu, but it's Sassoni and Gabai going at it here. What happens in turn one, the downhill off camber corner. Gabai goes a little bit wide, and that's going to open up the corner for Amir Atun. I mean, driver out of nowhere tonight. Where did he come from? Where did he go? His nickname tonight after me, Cat Eye Joe. Amir Atun, he's up 3 positions since the drop of the green flag. And then now that P3, P4, P5, they're in the 3-car battle of their own, you will start to see Rotom Lev here, even though Rotom and Rotom Cats, the Rotom show, came into this race here. P3, P4 in the point standings. They run P6 and P7. And if we continue to run door to door here between Yassi Gabai and Amir Atun, they will continue to close that gap. Atun goes wide. Goodbye back to P4 for the time being. That's going to, yep, just as I said, look, it was 1 second, now back down to what is this? Just a little bit less than half of a second now, separating Lev and Atun for P5 and P6. Both Rotom Cats and Rotom Lev, they could have a hand. They could have a hand on this season here, this season of this Porsche Cup car. Looks like they really know how to get this thing done, as well as they look really comfortable in that Porsche Cup car as well. We'll hop on board with this battle of Ezra Raphael and Liran Schechter there. You got to feel so much here for the 86 here. He had contact and also almost another spin. There you see a little bit of cosmetic damage on the rear of that Rafa Media number 86. But hey, we saw Ezra Raphael. We saw his practice speed as well as we saw his nice evasive actions there. The rear damage there. Well, there's nothing you can do about that. Raphael, he's had a nice run here tonight. He's all the way back up to P11. Well, now P12 now showing 1 spot gain on the day as Schechter will make his way right back down and around it. That's now Schechter back up to P11, but unfortunately for him, that'll be -8 spots on the day. Amnon Sohari, Mark Zubrev. I think Mark Zubrev, we got to give driver of the day here today because I think every time that we've cut to him, he's either been side by side or just now getting the pass done. The 0-3-0 out of another driver out of Rafa Media. He's also having himself a really nice night tonight. And stick with us here right after this race. Not only top 3 driver interviews of the race, but as well as I know we really haven't had too much of a chance to take a look at some race replays from this feature race. Stick around there as well, and we'll try and break that down here for you. Ron Tassoni is now up to P3. This is going to be a fun driver interview. We know how hard he works there for him, but I don't think it's still over just yet. We saw the pace, especially, I mean, go back even to race 1 if you're just now, well, maybe after the race, but if you're just now joining us, goodbye here. He was up there battling in that top 3, top 4 positions. He finds himself up there in feature race contention right now, doing just that. This is going to be the final lap of the race. White flag is out. Oli Goldberg Shell almost with another 10-second race lead. It's Adon Delitsky, and then Ron Tassoni, Yoshi Gabai, and then Amir Atun. That battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th that we're looking at right now on our screens. Does Tassoni have what it takes to hold him off for 4 more kilometers? That is no easy task above that number 17 Porsche Cup, Yassi Gabai. He's the 2nd biggest mover here tonight. Will Yassi have what it takes to possibly find himself? And I do believe would be the first time ever that he's found himself into a top 3 driver interview position. He's been there before, but not quite able to make it happen. Tonight's the night where he's close enough. He is knocking on that rear bumper of Ron Tassoni. It's 0.3 of a second separating 3rd and 4th, 0.3 separating 4th and 5th. Rotom Lev joins the battle as well, just separated by just under half of a second. It's the white flag lap. It's the final lap from Interlagos. Who's gonna get it done for that final driver interview position? Ron Tassoni continues to keep those lines nice, tight, clean, green, and mean. He's continued to pull away just by a 10th or 2 here over Yassi Gabai, coming to the checkered flag. Amir Atun continues to sit P5 as he closes the gap, but I don't think it's going to be close enough to make something happen. It'll be Odi Goldberg Shell who sweeps race 2 from Interlagos. Adon Delitsky will take away P2, Ron Tassoni P3, and back to the battle we go. Will it be Ron Tassoni? It will. Final driver interview position. Give it to the number 20, Yassi Gabai, just 0.16 seconds, almost there. It'll be Amir Atun, Rotom Lev, Rotom Cats who round at the top 7. Edon Eliyahu, how about Tal Stern with a top 10 finish tonight? Tal Stern, one of our league owners, he'll bring it home P9. Zev Osipov. He'll bring an own P10. Nice race for him here tonight. 5 spots gained on the day. It'll be Liron Schechter, Ezra Raphael, Mark Zubarev, Amnon Sohari, Edon Frankel, Omri Levy, Gabriel Fuchs, Dror Last, Ido Balstand, and Miles Braca rounding out the top 20. Baton Schuster and Minnie Land up there rounding out the top 22 positions. Whew, I gotta catch my breath. I got chained out of a hoodie, man. I'm sweating out here just watching these drivers out there. Appreciate every single one of you that have just watched our sprint and then our feature race, 20-minute stand. 40 minutes are in the books. We are rewriting the iRacing Sim Racing books, and what a race it was. Congratulations once again to our top 3. It'll be Odie Goldberg-Shell, Idan Delitzky, and Ron Sassoni. We'll be chatting with them here in just a few moments' time in the iRacing broadcast through the Discord channel. Let's hear it for the man, the myth, the legend. You got the sweep done tonight. We got the fireworks going there for him, as well as stick here with us for those late race replays as well for anything that we may have missed. We're going to cut it down there right now. We're going to start here with Ron Sassoni, who finished out P3. Hey, Ron, there's Sean Stam up here up in the broadcast booth. You got yourself a copy, man?
Yeah, I copied it.
Dude, walk us through it. How did you just make yourself, all the way back up to P3 here in those last closing laps of the race?
I have no idea, honestly. I barely got any practice. I think it's my second time driving the new Porsche Cup. I used the first 2 races as a drop race because I was not feeling well. And today is my first race. I didn't get enough practice. I had a little mistake with Idan in front that caused him to spin, so sorry for that. And that's it, ended up in P3.
Oh my gosh, what an eventful, fun race. This is the one I could say where I guess I'm a little bit more glad to be up in the booth here, because I don't know if I could have contended with everything that was going on tonight. A lot of fun, Ron. Congratulations on the top 3. Who are you dedicating this top 3 to tonight, Ron?
Yeah, thanks very much. I want to thank Tal for organizing this league, from ILAKA, for everybody that is taking part in the series, and for you, Sean, for broadcasting. Thank you very much, man.
Hey, it's a dream to be here, man. Thank you so much, and thanks for putting on another great show for the fans out there. Have a great rest of your nights here, and hopefully we're chatting with you again here in 2 weeks' time here, man.
Thank you.
All right, this might not be top 3, but it's close enough. It's been hounding us here. I think it's just been a matter of time, and I think tonight's the night. Hey, y'all see this Sean up here. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Hey, man.
Finally.
Yes, finally up here with them. Nicer race there in the 17th. Man, you were on rails here tonight. I think we were chatting with you and about just every single camera shot we had here. How did you, the pace here tonight, Yossi, that was insane.
Yeah, actually, I didn't like the previous cup, but this one is very nice, and I really feel connected to it. So I like it, and I think I'm having some good pace.
Is there really like a main difference that you can kind of pinpoint here between this newer Porsche Cup car and the one that used to be here on the surface?
And the ABS and the traction control are, that's the big change, I think, yeah.
Well, appreciate it breaking down there, Yossi. Congratulations up there, man. It's a lot of fun to finally get up here and chat with you.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Finally, yeah. Getting some points, good points, yeah.
Man, some excellent points, man. The race 1 and race 2 here today, you add them up, and this is going to be a good season here for you if you can keep it up here for us. Congratulations here, man. Is there anybody you'd like to...
Thank you.
Is there anybody you'd like to shout out or kind of dedicate this run here for you tonight?
Well, for my friends and for my wife supporting me, yeah.
That's always special. That goes back a long ways there, back behind the scenes. Goodbye. Appreciate you, man, and hopefully you have a great rest of the night. And just as I said there to Ron, man, hopefully we're chatting with you in about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, see you next time. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Yossi. And I think we are going to get a chat with our race winner. Congratulations, Odie Goldberg-Shell. You got yourself a copy, man.
Hey, Sean. Good evening.
It's not a good evening. It's a great evening. Congratulations on the dual sweep from Interlagos. Odi, how much practice, how much time did you put in here before the race to show that much pace in this Porsche Cup car?
Yeah, thank you. So I practiced not too much time compared to the others,
Oh, no.
but in race 1 it was crazy to me. I started from the pits and then I got up to first place in the corner after it. I guess I should start from the pits all the time now.
That was insane, Odi. I mean, I can say never have I ever seen that. Never in my broadcasting career. I mean, from the pits all the way, turn 1, turn 2, all the way back up to the lead. Who are you dedicating this win to here tonight? Who are you shouting out to here, man?
I will dedicate this win to my father that keeps supporting me all the time in the sport, and he affords my simulator and everything. And and about the race, in race 1, after that I was careful on the first lap with the cool tires, and then I just went on and brought the car on, stayed consistent, and then on race 2 I just again it was I started from 10. I was like really careful with everybody, and I waited and planned all of my overtakes, and then just after getting to the lead I was just staying consistent and finished it as well.
How are those colder tire temps and colder tire pressures going up there, and how many laps did it take to about get those to where you were finally feeling well with the car?
It took around 2 laps. It's also like a big difference to qualifying, because in qualifying I raced with an empty tank, and then on race we drive with a full tank, so that's the big difference.
Now that you bring that up, I did see a couple of spins off of the rumble strips earlier, and now that you bring that up, I really wonder if that's could have been another contribution to it there.
Yeah, so you just have to be careful with it.
Well, we appreciate your time, we appreciate your effort, and thanks for putting on another great show for the race fans here tonight, Odi Goldberg. Shaul, that's going to about do it up here for the broadcast. Appreciate you and appreciate all the fans who have stuck around, man. Odi, have a great rest of your night, and hopefully we're chatting with you in 2 weeks' time, man.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Alrighty, everybody, that's gonna do it up here for us. Thank you all so much for sticking around from the bottom of my heart. It means the world here to me. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Gonna flash up some feature race results here, as well as I'm gonna keep some promises. We did have 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 race incidents out there from the feature race that we should look at. Well, it's probably more than that. This is gonna be the broadcast after dark, if you will. So. Yeah, just gotta hang out here with us. We'll go in order from the drop of the green flag. I guess we can kind of kill music here. All right, so here is the drop of the green flag, and there wasn't any incidents up here until about, I think it was turns 4 and 5, where Ezra Raphael and Adon Frankel had a little argy-bargy there. Here is, okay, that's a nice camera angle. This is what I mean after dark here. We're just hanging out here, having a good time. Yeah, here we go down the hill, turns 1, 2, and 3, the downhill chicane here. Nice job for, everybody. Even look at the room. Oh, well, look at the room. There you see it. Left here side by side between drivers, but Odi Goldberg Shell, he was ready to roll here on this feature race restart. To save a little bit of time, here is the first incident of the race. It's going to be Ezra Raphael and Aden Frankel. Oh, don't do it. He's on the inside. He tried to hold that wheel to the right as long as Ezra could have possibly done it there. And that was the first spin that we saw there when I was losing my marbles up here in the booth. That sent Rodem Lev around, or excuse me, in the grass, as well as one other driver. We'll take another look at here. So there's the side-by-side. There's the just tiny little spin there. It's going to be is that the number 5 of Maus Braca? Oh, man. Newer driver you're racing with us this season. Maus, he had to turn into a lawnmower there. And then there you see Rodem Lev. I believe that darker Porsche was up there. Nope, I take that one back. It was not Rodem Lev. I think that was, It was Gabriel Fuchs. There you go. After dark, you gotta love it. Here's another incident. This is gonna be with Tal Stern, who, remember, he found his way all the way back up to P9 at the drop of the checkered flag at this race. Oh no, man, Tal, I think it was maybe a little bit of an overreaction there. We'll hop on board with the mirror, see what Mr. Stern saw. Man, fighting that steering wheel. He sees the spin up there in front of him. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Tries the outside. Doesn't want to get into the 14 there. Oh, and then the thing just comes out right underneath of Tal Stern. Here's going to be Matan Schuster going his way through it. He makes it through A-OK, but it's not until... Oh, God. Don't tell me... What happens here for Schuster? Oh, excuse me. That was Tal. Excuse me. Here we go. After dark hours, it's all right. Here he is. This is the number 14 who almost got tagged there by Tal. This is fine. Oh, man, perfect paint scheme there to embody the self-spin there. Keeps it outside of the wall, though. Keeps that 14 out there on track. There's going to be... I think we've got 1 to 2 more incidents to look at. So, I mean, a relatively, really clean race here. It's going to be it on Frankel this time by. Already with a lot of damage on that left front. Yeah, I think that one we did see earlier on in the race. He goes for a little, just a little, not even a spin, almost half spin there. He gets it pointed back the right way. And then I think this is going to be our last one where, yep, this is Ron Sasonia. Yeah, he already apologized for it. And we know Ron, he wouldn't do anything egregious like this on purpose. Just trying to make the pass happen there. Contact there between the two, sending Eliyahu back down around. Edon still finishes out here P8 of the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it from the bottom of my heart. Once again, if you're still sticking around here, that means you're all about it. That's seriously from the behind the scenes. That's what keeps me moving and grooving. Thank you all so much. It's Sean Stam live here for this iRacing Israel League ILAKA powered by CONSPIT. It's also live here on Stam Studio Network here as well if you're looking to subscribe to my channel and show a little love there. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Congratulations once again to the top 3, Tony Goldberg Show, Ivan Delitsky, and Ron Sassoni. Congratulations, boys. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time. And girls.